In this video on mathematical economics series, we will try to solve a numerical on finding the consumer surplus. Okay, the question is like this: for a demand function given by Q is equal to 30 divided by P square, where Q and P are quantity and price respectively. Find consumer surplus at P is equal to 2. The options are given as 15, 10, 30, or none of the above. Okay, so we have to find the consumer surplus. How do we find the consumer surplus? I will write here. The formula is simple. Consumer surplus is equal to the definite integral from 0 to equilibrium quantity. Okay, the quantity we have to demand function. Okay, minus total expenditure. Okay, total expenditure is P into Q. Okay, this is the formula for finding the consumer surplus. That means first we need to find the Q. Okay, before finding the Q we will find the inverse demand function. Okay, or we will first find the Q. Since P is given as, we can find Q. That is, we are given Q is equal to 30 divided by P square. Okay, also P is equal to 2 here. Okay, we can easily calculate Q. Our Q is equal to 30 divided by, inserting the value of P is equal to 2, that is 2 square, which is equal to 30 divided by 4, which comes out to be 15 divided by 2. Okay, so our Q is equal to 15 divided by 2. P is also given us. So we got this Q. We also got P and Q, that's total expenditure. We got this very value, this very value also. Okay, now we have to find the inverse demand function. We are given a demand function, usual demand function, the demand function which is in terms of price, but we have to find the inverse demand function. How do we find the inverse demand function? So I will write here, we have to solve this very demand function for P. So we can easily multiply, that is P square Q is equal to 30 into 1 is 30, or P square is equal to 30 divided by Q. Okay, or P is equal to, we will only take the positive, that is 30 divided by Q, because whenever we transpose the exponent, it gets reciprocated. That is, if we have x to the power n is equal to y, and if we want to transpose this exponent, so this will become x is equal to y to the power, this exponent gets reciprocated, it becomes 1 divided by n. That is the simple rule which I have used here. That is, so I will write here for your sake of convenience, which implies P is equal to 30 divided by Q. If we transpose this 2, this will become 1 by 2, and we can write 1 by 2 as by this very symbol, that is under root 2. So we only take the positive value here, because negative value have no significance here, because price cannot be negative. Or we can write our price is equal to under root 30 divided by Q 1 by 2. Okay, as I have told, writing x is equal to x to the power 1 by 2, these two things are same. Okay, so I can write P is equal to 30 under root 30, and I will transpose this very whole term to numerator, so this will become Q to the power minus 1 by 2. This is also simple rule. Whenever we have 1 divided by x to the power n, if we want to transpose this to the numerator, this will become x to the power, the sign of the exponent gets changed. If here it is positive n, it will become negative n. Okay, I hope I am making myself clear up to this. So what we got here, we need to think about this. we got the inverse demand function. This is our inverse demand function which we will use here, which is in terms of Q. We got P and Q. Now we can use the formula is simply consumer surplus is equal to, rather you know the definition of the consumer surplus. It is the difference between the price consumers pay and the price they are willing to pay. The difference between those two prices gives us the consumer's surplus. So we have 0. Our Q is, we have calculated Q is equal to 15 divided by 2. I will write 15 divided by 2. DQ, which is the inverse demand function, we have calculated. This is under root 30 into Q to the power minus 1 by 2. Okay, from that we have to subtract the P and Q. That is P into Q. Our P is 2 and Q is this, so I will write 2 into 15 divided by 2. Okay, this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. We got here 15. Now we have to integrate this very function. Our variable in consideration is, so I will write here, this is dq, actually dq, okay, minus price into quantity, which we got 2 into 15 divided by 2. This is the proper way in writing the integral. Okay, now what we need to do, we have to integrate this very function. How do we integrate? The rules of integration is simple. If we want to integrate x to the power n with respect to dx, its integration is simply x. Okay, since integration is the reciprocal or opposite of the differentiation, what we do in the integration, if we want to integrate x to the power n, we write x as it is, we add exponent by 1 and divide by this resulting exponent, that is n plus 1. I mean to say, let us say if we have x to the power 5, okay, its integral would be simply equal to, we write x, okay, we add exponent by 1, okay, this becomes 5 plus 1, and we divide by the resulting exponent, that is 5 plus 1, which is equal to x to the power 6 divided by 6. Okay, I am just giving you a little bit idea about the differentiation, integration. If you know the differentiation, it is very simple to comprehend the integration also. Okay, so I will not go deep into the topic. Coming to the consumer surplus, so we have to differentiate this q to the power minus 1 by 2. Okay, for that I will write, we have under root 30 as it is, the integral of q to the power minus 1 by 2, as I have told you here. If we have x to the power n dx, its integral is simply x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, this thing is to be divided here. Okay, similarly we have the integral of q to the power minus 1 by 2 dq. Its integral would be equal to q to the power minus 1 by 2, and I have told you we add 1 to the exponent and divide by the resulting exponent, that is minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So what is minus 1 by 2 plus 1? This is simply equal to minus 1 into 1 is 1 plus 2 into 1 is 2 divided by 2 into 1 is 2. So minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 1 divided by 2. Okay, that means this very thing is equal to 1 by 2 here. So I can write here q to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Okay, and we have to take integral from 0 to q. Our q was 15 divided by 2. minus this 2 into 15 by 2, 2 and 2 gets cancelled, we have here 15. That simply implies here minus 1 by 2 plus 1 is equal to 1 by 2. If you add these two things, you will get 1 by 2 as I have shown you here. Okay, so we got here 30 q to the power 1 by 2. Okay, and here we have also 1 divided by 2 in place of this very expression minus 15. Okay, we can write it like this 1 by 2 will get reciprocated, it becomes 2. We have under root 30. Okay, we have not taken the values of the q here, so I will write 2 into 30. We have q to the power 1 by 2. I can write it like this q. Okay, and we have to take integral from 0 to 15 divided by 2 minus 15, which is the total expenditure here. Okay, so let me rub this out. It's not getting that way. So we have 2 under root 30 q. So I will write here consumer surplus would be equal to, now we will give the values. So we have 2 under root 30. How do we give the value? If we have to integrate from 0 to 15 divided by 2, 0 to, this is lower limit and upper limit. First we give the value of upper limit. The value of upper limit is here 15 divided by 2. So in place of q we will insert the value of upper limit. So in place of q we will write 15 divided by 2. Okay, minus the lower limit. Lower limit is 0. Okay, so it will become, so I want to make it more clear to you, minus it would be 2 under root 30. The value of under lower limit is 0, so here we have under root 0. Okay, minus total expenditure. Okay, this is minus 15, which is this. I will write here 15. I know it gets messy here, but to make sure I am imparting the right thing to you, I will just taken the upper limit first, that is q is equal to 15 divided by 2 minus the value of q is equal to 0. Okay, now here it comes. So we have here 2. Now under root 30 into under root 15 is equal to under root 450 divided by 2 minus this thing will become 0 because any number multiplied by 0 would become 0 minus 15. Okay, so we have 2 into, now 450 divided by 2, this is equal to 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, so 2 2s are 4. Now we have 2 2s are 4 and 2 zeros are 0. Okay, minus 15. Now sorry, here it is 2 5s are 10. Okay, minus 15. Now what is the root of under root 225? We have 225, its under root would be equal to 1 1s are 1. Okay, this is subtracted, we get here 1, this becomes 2. Now we have 2 5. Now 25 into 5 is equal to 125. So under root 225 is equal to 15. So I will write, we got here 2 into this under root 225 is 15 minus 15. Now this comes out to be 30 minus 15, which comes out to be 15. So our consumer surplus is equal to 15. I hope I make myself clear in this video. So what is actually graphically, what does this mean? This simply means if we have q on horizontal axis and P on vertical axis. Since our demand function was given, inverse demand function was like this: P is equal to 30 uh, divided by Q square, I guess. This was our inverse demand function. So it would, since we are taking only positive value here, so our demand function was not a straight one, it was like this. Okay, the curved, a curved one here. Okay, if we take the negative value, then it would be another curve like this. Since we don't use the negative value here, because price cannot be negative, so we take only the positive value. So this was our demand function. Our equilibrium price was, we have calculated somewhere, or rather it was given, that is 2. Equilibrium quantity was 15 divided by 2. 15 divided by 2, let us say it is 7.5, sorry, 7.5. Now what is the consumer surplus? Consumer surplus would be this very area, the area which is above the equilibrium price and below the demand curve gives us the consumer surplus. Okay, I hope I make myself clear. Thank you.